Oh,
Oh,
I hear
think
you.
that
There you are.
did it? Okay. I
There you
hit the
go.
record button. Internet connection's unstable. Okay, now
Oh, there it is.
recording's in progress. Okay, so we're sitting here with Cindy Carver of Rapid City. Hi.
Hi.
So this is going to go on my YouTube channel, probably get shared on Facebook, stuff like that. But I noticed, and I'm trying to get more into like the group that Rochelle White, if you haven't heard of her, she throws events all over Rapid City. Getting to know the people that are part of this Western South Dakota vendor community, because you see these booths, but you don't necessarily grasp the story behind them and how they came to be. So
Right.
I'd like to learn your story, if that's okay.
Yes, of
Okay.
course. Yes.
So what like obviously a passion for pets, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
We have two small dogs ourselves, and then we've always had dogs, cats. I always say I felt like I lived in a mini zoo because my daughters have always had all kinds of different pets growing up. We've had hedgehogs and frogs and hamsters and fish and all kinds
Wow.
of stuff.
Even leaning into like the exotic pet area almost.
Yes.
With hedgehogs, I think. I don't know. That's not a common pet to me. Awesome. So what led to the dog treats?
So we have two small, they're miniature poodle Bichons, and it was a little over a year ago. Our oldest one, his name is Bodie. He has a very, very sensitive stomach, and he gets sick quite often. So we were struggling finding dog food, treats, anything that he could eat that wouldn't make him sick. We worked really closely with our vet and did find a really good dog food for him, but we still struggled a little bit with the treats because so many treats have so many weird preservatives and additives and stuff to them. So I just started doing my own research and looking at homemade treats and kind of the benefits of homemade treats, and started just making my own treats from home. And eventually I had bags and bags of treats, and I knew there is no way my dogs would ever eat all of those, so I just started sharing them with family and friends. And the feedback I was getting from them was that even their pickiest dogs would eat my treats, and they're like, you should probably start a business. And I was like, well, it'd be fun to do that on the side, but I had a full-time, very, financially stable job. And so I was like, oh, I'll do that on the side. It would be fun. So I did start, on November 3rd of 2021, I, created a Facebook page and just started, dabbling in selling dog treats. Well, then the universe had a different story for me, because 3 days later, I started showing symptoms of a neurological disorder that took me out of my full-time job. So all I really was able to do was really focus on my dog treat business full-time, because I couldn't go outside of the house to work while I was trying to figure out what was going on with my body. So that took about 6 months to kind of go find the right doctors and kind of go through all the therapies and stuff. So 6 months of really focusing full-time on the dog treat business. In that 6 months, I was able to grow it to where I was doing online sales. I started a website. I was able to start doing wholesale orders with lots of South Dakota local companies. So in 2022, there were 27 South Dakota local small businesses that carried my treats. Oh. So it really grew into something, that I thought it would just be a fun, small side job, but it really grew into something. And I could see that there was this need for healthy homemade dog treats in South Dakota. A lot of treats on the market, they have a lot of preservatives and stuff. And the reason why companies use those preservatives is to extend the shelf life of the treats so that it saves the company money, basically. So then they don't have to make as many.
It's not like a rolling inventory that can actually last a while.
Right. So I found a way to make the treats my treats have a 6-month shelf life, but without preservatives. They go through a dehydration process, which really locks in the flavor and seals out all of the bad stuff. And
Huh.
my treats last for, up to 6 months on a shelf. So, I found a way that you can make healthy treats for dogs and not have to add all those bad preservatives and additives. And I use no artificial flavors or colors. So, if it says peanut butter, pumpkin, banana, that's what's really in those treats. There's nothing added to them.
So you mentioned that it's like a 6-month shelf life. Does that mean that they start crumbling, they start breaking apart, the flavor goes away? What does that look like?
I actually got some treats from a business. They had the treats on their shelves for almost 9 months. And the treats just didn't do good in that location. They
Okay.
had sold a few bags, but not a high seller. And I went and got the treats back from them. And the treats, I try the treats. My husband tries the treats because they're human grade ingredients. I tried the treats
Sure.
and they tasted fine. Maybe they were the blueberry bananas, so maybe the color of the blueberries was a little bit lighter than before, but
Sure.
I gave them to my dog and they ate them. They never got sick. So there is a possibility they do last longer.
Yeah.
But right now, the ones I've been testing, I say 6 months just because I don't want to take the chance of anything breaking
Right.
down and making anybody's dog sick.
Yeah.
But I have donated bags to other local organizations that the bags were, 7, 8, 9 months old, and the dogs ate them just fine too. So
So you must have quite a production process. Like, is that just in your home, you said, or?
yes, it's in my home kitchen. So I pretty much bake every day, all day long, but I only bake to order. So I don't bake a bunch of treats and have them sitting on the shelves.
Yeah.
Once an order
It's
comes
filling
in,
orders.
I
Okay.
bake it. And then once it's done, it goes out, and then I wait for the next order to come in. But I do stay pretty busy to where I can say I bake consistently pretty much 6 to 7 days a week. I bake during the day, and then the treats dehydrate all night long. And then in the morning I get up, I bag the treats and start baking again. So
Just like a regular oven then, or did you have to go
yep.
commercial or what?
No, I just use my regular home gas range. So I did have to buy a dehydrator and a pretty big prep table. And as you can see, this is all my
Oh yeah.
ingredients. I took over one of the bedrooms in our house to make it into my inventory stock room.
Right. Interesting. Wow. So oh my gosh. Well, I got the production question out of the way because I heard you talking about 27 different places, and it's like, good Lord, that takes a little bit to keep up with. Oh gosh. Is there anything, I don't know, have you talked with other people that were looking to get into the dog treat business?
No, I just started doing my own research online and just
Okay.
researching homemade dog treats. And I research before I make any recipes, like I create my own recipes. So I don't pull one off the internet. I kind of do my own from scratch. And, I just research and make sure, okay, can dogs have peanut butter? Yes, they can, but there's, certain additives in peanut butter that dogs can't have, like
Yeah.
xylitol. They shouldn't have sugar or salt. So I make my own homemade peanut butter so that there's no additives, no sugar, salts, or anything. So it's 100% peanuts.
Okay.
Yes, they can have blueberries. I see a lot of there are a lot of things out on the market, that have vanilla in them. Well, yeah, on occasion dogs can have vanilla, but they really shouldn't have it very often because there's that alcohol in vanilla that's really bad for dogs.
Oh,
So as on occasion, it is a good treat for dogs, but my treats are something that you can feel confident giving your dogs every day, knowing that it won't harm them at all. There's nothing harmful in my treats. And I've started, let's see, I have 4 local businesses right now that have their own exclusive flavors. So we worked really closely to come up with a recipe for their location, and then they got to name the treat, and
oh,
we worked together, and now they sell those treats exclusively only in their location. So that's another thing that I can offer to businesses in South Dakota is your own exclusive flavor.
that's awesome.
Yeah, it's been pretty fun. I've met so many interesting people. I get to the best part is I get all these pictures of all these dogs that, people, I do like pup cakes, so birthday cakes for dogs. I do
Sure.
decorated cookies, and people will order those, take it home, give it to their dog, and then send me the picture. And that's probably the best part, is seeing, these dogs enjoying the treats that I make, and how happy it makes the dogs and the owner, knowing that they're giving their dogs something good for them that the
Yeah.
dogs can enjoy.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
So
I have
I get
learned a lot.
I'll bet. So what would you like to see evolve with your business? Like, how would you like to see it change over the next years?
Well, my 3 to 5 year goal, which I'm just a little over a year from when I started. So my 3 to 5 year goal is to have a brick and mortar dog bakery, where people can come into the store and buy the treats right there. They can, if they want to have a little birthday party for their dog, they can order a cake, bring the dog in, maybe bring some of their dog's friends in, and have a little birthday party for their dog.
That's cute.
So I think it would be a lot of fun. I know that Canine Bar in the Uptown Rapid, the mall, they do like birthday parties and stuff up there, and it seems to go really well up there with them.
Nice. Cool. Well, is there anything else you'd like people to know?
If you have any questions about my dog treats or anything, just feel free to reach out. I'm always
Yeah.
available. My phone number, my email, Facebook. I love to just talk with my customers if they ever have any questions about
Yeah.
any of my treats.
Yeah. So just so you know, this being a pop-up, this is episode number 1.
Wow.
So congrats.
Thank you.
No problem. I'm looking forward to doing a bunch more interviews though, get to know people, get their businesses out there, stuff like that. But we'll be sure to include contact information and whatever you want in the description.
Well, thanks for letting me be
Absolutely.
your first one.
Absolutely. It's been a pleasure talking with you. I'll go ahead and stop the recording.